Alright, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am because I just got out of the shower. I don't know why you guys need to know that, but I feel like that's just a sign of having a good day is basic human hygiene. But I'm also having a good day because today we're going to look at a movie that, I'll be honest, I wasn't going to cover yet because I have some other ones that I have scheduled to cover, and I try to stick to like a schedule the best I can because I'm a fairly unorganized person, and this is like one way to kind of keep myself in line is have an actual schedule of movies that I'm going to cover. But today I just said fuck it because this is a movie that I really love and really want to talk about, and you read the title so you already know we are talking about 2016's Terrifier. I feel like by now, with how much of just a classic this movie has become in modern day horror, I really don't even have to just say anything about it. But for those of you who maybe haven't seen it and just want to watch this review, or you've seen it and need a refresher, or you have no fucking clue what I'm talking about and what this movie is, here's a little recap for you. So Terrifier is pretty much just a no-frills gore fest that follows Art the Clown, a fucking silent mime from hell who spends Halloween night chasing down two unsuspecting women and attempting to murder them and anyone unlucky enough to get in his way. There's not really any deep backstory. It's pretty much just an excuse for Art the Clown to unleash some of the most sadistic shit you'll see outside of Reddit, and by the end of it he pretty much shoots himself in the head and then resurrects himself in the morgue like boom, the clown's not fucking done yet. Terrifier doesn't waste time with things like plot or motivation or three-dimensional characters. It's pretty much just here, at least this first movie is pretty much just here to show off a killer clown with a hacksaw, and honestly it succeeds. I love this movie, so we're gonna do what we always do. We're going to break it down, talk about some positives and negatives. Spoiler alert, I mostly have positive things to say about this movie because on the surface it does just look like another bloody, violent, god-awful slasher. And by god, I don't mean god-awful in a bad way. I'm saying like the absolute sadistic, evil shit he does to these people is some of the most horrible things you can imagine. But this movie does it really well. So I don't have too many complaints, but before we get to those, of course, you know I gotta toot this movie's horn. I'm sorry, that sounded really fucking weird. So let's talk about a few reasons why you'll probably like this gory clown show. So, Art the Clown, we're just going to jump right in and talk about the man himself, the star of the show. He's pretty much what you would get if Charlie Chaplin joined Slipknot. He's silent, expressive, somehow both hilarious and terrifying at the same time. And boy, he does not hold back. Actually, this whole movie doesn't hold back. Like, it's like if a Halloween store and a butcher shop had a baby. Like, you'll either be impressed or covering your eyes the whole time. This movie has a really grimy atmosphere, which I love. Like, it feels like just one of those old kind of VHS movies that you would find at VHS stores. Admittedly, I'm not even old enough to really remember that, but there was one in my town, and I would always go to the horror section while my mom would go look at whatever she used to watch. And this movie just feels like one of those kind of cheap and gritty horror cut-em-up movies that you would find like in the bargain bins or whatever. But I really love that. I've always been a sucker for movies that feel fairly low budget, and with this film it works in its favor because it feels really fucked up when you watch it. Like, some of the shit that the clown does to people in this movie, along with the grainy low budget feel of it, is genuinely terrifying. The setting for like 85% of this movie is an old abandoned apartment building. At least that's what I think it's supposed to be. I don't know if the movie, I can't remember if it ever explicitly states that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. So that, along with, like I said earlier, the gritty homemade feel that this movie brings, mixing that along with the abandoned apartment building, wow, and a few of the other places. There is a scene in like a pizza shop, and there's a TV kind of like news setting at some points, and the whole movie just really does have a scary atmosphere. But the reason I bring up the apartment building is because that place is terrifying. Because really, this movie is just an old school slasher vibe. Like, you don't get much backstory on the characters. You're here pretty much to see them die. You look at these characters, even side characters, not just the two main lead women, but everyone there is there to die. You know they're probably not going to make it out alive. But when you mix all that, so killer clown, victims, creepy setting, old grainy VHS vibe, I think it works really, really well. So even if you dismiss this as just another gross, violent slasher film, it does have, I spit everywhere again, I did that in the last video too. Terrifier does bring something to the table with its scary vibe. Like, I do genuinely feel unease when I watch this, which not a lot of slashers accomplish. I don't think slasher movies are scary. I don't know if anyone finds them scary, but Terrifier is genuinely fucking terrifying at times. It often gets called mean-spirited, and I get it. Like, there is a scene where a woman, I don't know how much of this I can say on YouTube, but a woman, one of the main characters, spoilers, is held up by her ankles upside down. So, like, tied up by her feet up in the air, upside down, and Art takes a hacksaw and puts it between her legs and saws her in half in the most horrible, violent, cringeworthy way you can imagine. Usually I include clips in these videos, but I really can't show this on YouTube because it's but that's perfect for what I want to talk about next, which is the practical effects. There's so many things that I really wish I could show you guys in this video, but I just can't because I don't want my video to get taken down. But if you go and watch this movie for yourself, you'll see the practical effects, the gore, all of it is so good. Like the sawing in half of the woman, as horrible of that as that is looks fucking freakishly realistic. And there's another scene where like a woman gets part of her face bit off, and that looks really good. And maybe it just makes me a fucked up person for enjoying it. That's probably the case because I get exposed to movies and all this horrible shit when I was really young. But I don't care because this movie is violent as hell, but it looks great. So good props to who did the makeup on this movie. Damien Leone and Phil Falcone. I sincerely apologize if I butchered those names because I'm an idiot, but they deserve a shout out and deserve credit because the practical effects are the best aspect of this film. 100%. It looks awesome. Of course the movie's not perfect. Like there's points where the movie kind of drags in the middle, and even Art seems like he needs a breather from the kills. I understand plenty of people may not like the fact that there's no plot because it's pretty much just scary clown chases women around. Like Shakespeare, this definitely is not. The plot's about as thin as a dollar store Halloween mask. But if you're looking for something that isn't complicated and is just fun, violent, bloody, scary at times, and pretty funny actually, there's comedic moments throughout it as well, then after all, this might just be the movie for you. That's, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory, and I'd say that's all I have to say about it. Most of this review was positive, which in the world of slashers can be pretty rare. And don't worry, I will be covering the sequels because there is a 2 and 3 and a 4 coming out. So in the far future, I'll cover 4, but I'm going to cover 2 and 3 really soon because this is a lot of fun. This movie's a lot of fun, and it's an excuse for me to rewatch it. So if you came to see a movie with emotional depth, you are in the wrong place. But if you came to see a clown with a hacksaw covered in blood, then welcome home. I'm going to give this one an 8 bloody hacksaws out of 10. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, go down in the comments below and tell me what you thought of Terrifier if you've seen it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you pretty much just watch it to see a clown fuck people up in bloody horrible ways? Because that's what I did. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I have more reviews, more Forgotten Horror Gems, plenty of things coming this week, next week, the week after that, for the forever foreseeable future. So, no crabby attitudes, keep it creepy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.